Wen Xin. I'm 27 this year, and my occupation is working with children with special needs, especially for children with autism or slow learner, or I also have a case like speech delay. I have diploma in early childhood education as well as in special education, and I'm currently pursuing my degree in early childhood education. Early childhood education, it will be, you mainly will think about teacher in the kindergarten. You teach a group of children in the kindergarten. For special education, it does have group class as well, but usually we will start with the one-to-one classes because they require more attention, they require more intensive hour to practice a skill. That's why for special education, we are mainly focused on individual. So this is a very brief one. But in terms of teaching, definitely there will be difference because when you come to teaching with children with special needs, it requires a lot of skill in terms of like how you break the task to how to simplify the task for them so that they can acquire the skill faster. But for typical children, sometimes they pick up skill very naturally, like they just observe, learning through observation, like how adults did. But for some children with special needs, they might lacking of this kind of skill, like how they observe people. So that's why we have to intensively introduce the skill to them. Teaching children with special needs actually is like every day is a new task for you because children with special needs are all different. That's why you may surprise that every day when you walk into the class, into the therapy room, you will see, today the children might have different behavior or different new skill learned. But for myself, the hardship is sometimes it's the teaching method. You will reach some point that you don't know how to teach and you already try all the method, but the child is still not getting there. That's why this is also one of the challenges now. And the other one will be parents, of course, the families. Because sometimes, from our point of view, we think that this skill, like for example, life skill is more important compared to academic skills based on their condition and their situation now for the children. But somehow the parents think that academic skill will be more important. That's why we are not on the same page. This will create confusion or conflict while we implementing our program. And the other one will be the placement. Because why we have special education, why we want to do intensive education is because the final end goal is get them to go back to the mainstream school. But somehow I would say Malaysia education system is not ready for them yet because, like for example, teacher in the kindergarten might have they are not prepared to handle children with special needs. And somehow, like when we do the placement, usually we will have the shadow aid following the children with special needs. And the shadow aid will find very difficulty to work with teacher in the kindergarten. So placement is also one of the challenges when we're working with children with special needs. Actually, every time when we introduce a teaching strategy or a method to a child, we usually will go study and research to see which method is, because we have to provide the strategy is evidence-based and is proven, is valid. That's why if let's say we have tried so many, then we really have to crack our head until there's one way can be used on the child. Because people always say there's more way than problem. That's why what we can do is we always look for a ways, or we can share our method or our knowledge on teaching. For the parents, what we can do is communicate, trying to communicate, and then sometimes we will also advise them to attend some parents training. Like for families have special needs children, we will there's a lot of workshop like how to overcome, like how to cope. It's good if they can attend those courses. The support from the community. In kindergarten, they actually have the syllabus that we have to follow that we call KSPK. It's published by the government. So they actually state that like how old is the child, then what are the skills that the child have to learn, or what are the content that you have to teach or deliver in your kindergarten. So that is a syllabus for Malaysia, like government preschool. But for children with special needs, actually, they do have set up a different standard for different children with special needs, like NASOM is for children with autism, or there's Kiwanis, I think, is for Down syndrome, if I'm not mistaken. And so they actually set up all these. But the thing is, they actually don't have any guide from the government, and they actually don't have any syllabus, like the common syllabus that everyone must know. They actually don't have in Malaysia. So this also lead to all the centers for children with special needs the quality is not the same. That's why I think government can do something so that it assure the quality for children with special needs, even with different centers. The other one is awareness of children with special needs, because special needs, I would say, they are too wide. That's why for government to work on it also takes time. But I would say in Malaysia, it's not that mature. I still have a long way to go. I would say their achievement. Like whenever you see your method, your teaching method or your prompting strategy is work on them, and they can achieve the goal that you set to them. So that achievement make me enjoy like how I want to continue teaching them, because it's not easy for them to pick up a skill. That's why we have to be there for them. I remember when I first met this child, it is non-verbal. He cannot requesting, whining, throwing tantrum, because when he couldn't meet what his needs, then he started to have behavior. And after I've been working with him for nearly 3 years, when I left him, because I went to my study. By the time when I left, he already know how to request simple things and even call my name. Imagine a child who cannot speak at all at the first, and after like 2 to 3 years, we have been teaching him. And then when I left, he actually already know how to call my name. And even when I left, my colleague also sometimes will feedback to me saying that the child still calling your name. And this actually give me a very big impact that, actually they know how to miss the people. They know how to call your name than when they miss you. So this is the most bigger experience I go through. Understanding and acceptance. I want them to understand. Not I want them, is they should know. Because children especially, even though they are minor, but for now it's minor, I'm not sure in future. Because there are getting more cases in children with special needs. Like we can see there a growth increase children with special needs, because they also is a part of our community. So I think we should know, we should understand and accept them. Even not all the special needs, but maybe a few, the common ones, we should know. If people more understanding and acceptance, it also motivate us to work with them. It's not how they motivate us, it's like we can see there's hope. This group of children can still be in the society, in the community. We still can see the hope, and we have the thought that, the communities are ready to accept them. So what we need to do is we just have to fill their gaps so that they can live independently in the community, in the society. So this is like what I want our society to know. Yeah, this is one of my message. Because I always think that placement is very important, especially for early childhood, like in early stage. Because children are not being educated that, this group of people actually is around them. And let's say we have not introduced them, how are they going to live with this group of people? I would say in the primary school or in the secondary school, bully cases will be happen. Even placement is been done, but bully cases will be happen. And that's another society issue. So we just don't want that happen. That's why awareness, like understanding and acceptance is very important, even not for adults, for young children as well. That's why we always encourage kindergarten teacher to include children especially in their class, so that the child know how to play with them, how to socialize with them, and how to live with them.